welcome to another edition of Art of the Kickstart. Today I'm super stoked because I am speaking with Mr. Suba. And if you haven't heard of him, then you need to go and check out all of his campaigns. He is the most funded winter sport crowdfunder ever. He is the founder of Snowfeet company. He's created several crowdfunding campaigns during the past 5 years across multiple platforms and countries. Over 6,000 backers in total, and he's raised over $1 million. So, Mr. Suba, thank you so much for joining us today on Art of the Kickstart.
What's up, guys?
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I'm really excited about diving in today. And before we do all of that, if you would, give our audience a little bit of your background and how you got started in entrepreneurship.
Well, I think it was in 2015, plus minus. I was in college, and it was for the first half a year, and I decided I don't like the college anymore. I want to build a business. And I remembered I used these short mini skis when I was younger. With my friends, we used them on hills around our region, and we loved them so much. And I thought, well, they don't have them abroad, so I'll try to sell them abroad. So I did that, and it went pretty well. So we developed a better model and created a brand around it. So yeah, in 2018 we launched our first campaign with Snowfeet on Indiegogo.
Yeah, you had tremendous success with that. So I'm really interested to know, one, I mean, I think it's a really cool concept because you're kind of innovating in a sport. You're creating kind of a new category, which is always the most exciting piece of crowdfunding, right? Is just bringing something that's totally game changer, brand new, stops you in your tracks on social media in terms of scrolling and being like, what is that? They look like they're having so much fun. So how did you go about, through the first process of bringing your first product to market and then solving that problem of, overcoming any fear that someone may have had?
Yeah. It's like this kind of product has one big disadvantage, and that is that no one knows it, no one is searching for it, no one even wants it. But the big advantage is that it's so unique and so new that it's very easy to grab attention of people with a nice video online on Facebook, on YouTube. So we just went to Italy, we made some great videos, and then we shared them online, mostly Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. And people really either loved it or hated it. And I love the haters. The haters are amazing because they comment, and because they comment, they spread the video. So we really created a big viral videos online of people either loving it or hating it, and it got, I think, over 50 million views, even more in total. All kinds of videos that either we shared or other media companies shared. And out of these 50 million people, there are just a couple thousand crazy people who will buy it, and they really loved it. So um, yeah, and I always knew that people will love it because I love it so much. Whenever I use the product, I love it so much that I thought there must be people like me somewhere in the world, and especially in the US. And yeah, we found out that there are. It's basically like it's also taking a sport that already exists, like inline skating or ice skating,
Right.
on a different terrain, which is snow in this case. So it's like snowboarding, that was surfers or skateboarders who just wanted to have fun on the snow, so they created snowboard. And this is basically for hockey players, inline skaters, rollerbladers, ice skaters who want to have fun on snow. And that's our product: Snowfeet or ski skates.
You bring up an important thing that I think a lot of creators or people that are hesitant of launching their idea is the haters, right? Is the commentary that my product might not be a good fit, but you guys fully embrace that, and look at the success, right? I think instead of drawing a line in the sand, you drew a line in the snow and said, this is what we're making, love it or leave it. These people want to have fun on the mountain, doing it a little bit different than everyone else, right? All the traditional skiers, or even more newer snowboarders, if you will. And you guys have fully embraced the haters and said, hey, it's great, yeah, comment all you like, hate it all you want, but we're still here. We are a force. People enjoy this sport. And I think a lot of the entrepreneurs don't necessarily embrace that or take that opportunity to have that dialogue with customers or people that aren't going to be customers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're just afraid that their brand or product would be criticized, and that's a completely normal thing. Like, I'm a hater too. Sometimes I hate other products too, and it's okay. You can just whenever I look on Facebook or anywhere, if there's a very viral video, it's often around a very controversial topic,
Right.
which has two sides, and the two sides fight in the comment section, and that's how the video gets viral sometimes. So yeah, but I don't want it to sound like we have so many haters. It's most of the people really love the product, and yeah, now our videos are not as viral as it used to be, as they used to be. So they don't go, they are not shown to all the people who never even skied. They are usually shown to people who either ski, snowboard, or inline skate. So they they are more kind of our target group, which yeah, now it's yeah, people usually have a good feedback. So
Absolutely. So you mentioned that the product initially was a little bit more common in your region, in the Czech Republic, I believe. How did you go about designing it for, let's say, more of the American audience or global audience? And what did that process look like in terms of deciding on what features to include or not include with those designs now?
well, it wasn't so much that we designed it for American customer.
Okay.
We only used the let's say American shoe sizing in our texts and
Okay.
this stuff. But there were products like these throughout the history in many different countries. Even yeah, there were really many products like these, and in the past 2 centuries, and none of them really created the product market fit. So it was either a very cheap product for kids, or it was too pro, but there were not people who would be riding it. So I think with Snowfeet we created a great um, great mesh of both of these worlds. So we still made them able to be used with winter shoes, which is a very good benefit. You don't need snowboard boots or ski shoes. You can basically use them with winter shoes, and that gives you the ability to walk up the hill with Snowfeet in your backpack, and then put them on once you're on top of the hill and slide down. And so we take them on our hikes. That's the perfect way to use them. And but at the same time, we added metal edges and other features that enable you to take them on a slope. So it's very versatile. You can take them on a slope, on a hiking trail, on sledding hill, to the snow park. So I think we created a very versatile product that isn't as expensive as traditional skis or snowboards. You don't have to buy um, all the equipment like ski poles, ski boots, snowboard boots. You just buy these short skis, and and you're all set. So it's also very simple. I think people like the idea of simplicity. They just want to have fun. It snows,
Absolutely.
you just want to slide down the snow, and you don't want to carry all the equipment, expensive equipment. You just want to have fun. So yeah.
So in talking about fun, you guys just finished your most recent campaign for ASLED. How did that product evolve, or what was the evolution of that? I'm assuming it came from maybe some of the feedback from your first community of people that backed the first campaign, but also for you guys just wanting to have fun in terms of sliding down the mountain and falling on your butt, but still being able to have speed down the mountain while going down on your rear.
Yeah. I wish there was a feedback from our customers, so that we wouldn't have to come up with the idea. But
Okay.
unfortunately, they didn't have the idea, so we had to come up with it ourselves. But it wasn't that difficult, because we simply, I think it was one time I went on a hike, um, on a big hill, close to my home. That's quite famous for hikes. So it was full of people on the weekend, and I always take the Snowfeet with me, and I watched people sliding down the sledding hill, and none of them had Snowfeet. None of them had Snowfeet. It was a small sliding hill, so most of the kids, and
Yep.
all of them had bob sleds, bobsleds. And so I was thinking about it, and then I saw people using plastic bags. People from a city who just went, who see snow once a year on this on
Yeah.
this hill, and they don't have sleds, so they took plastic bags. And I remembered we did that when we were kids too. If when we didn't have sleds or we wanted to try it, we used the plastic bags. And when I talked to my grandfather, he even remembered using old jute bags
Okay.
for sliding down the snow. So yeah, it seems like everyone, if you live somewhere where it snows, everyone tried it at least once in their life. And so I thought, yeah, that's also very practical. You can just simply put it in your backpack or even in your pocket. So let's try create something like that. And yeah, we like to have fun with developing new products, and we thought, yeah, why not? Let's try it. Even if we were the only customers who will use it, we will have so much fun that we just have to try it. And yeah, then we come up with the name Aslet, and it was all about the fun. So yeah, so that's my coffee machine.
Yeah, it looks like you guys had a lot of fun just looking at your crowdfunding videos. You guys, uh, really enjoy the products while you were out there and filming it and putting it all together. A lot of humor in them. I think that really resonated with the crowd. So what I'm interested in now is what was your first introduction to crowdfunding, and then what led you to wanting to launch Snowfeet with crowdfunding to begin with?
Um, I think it was the it was watching other entrepreneurs and their stories. So that's one of the reasons I'm doing this interview. Um, I was very inspired by other entrepreneurs' success stories, how they launched their products and how they created a brand and their company. And many of them, those like let's say 5 years ago, many of them created crowdfunding campaigns.
Yep.
And so I thought, yeah, well, let's try it this way. And I was always very inspired by all kinds of new innovative products that could be launched there. And so we did it. Yeah.
What are some of the tips or things that you guys have changed over the years in terms of launching new products on crowdfunding, in terms of your preparation for each campaign?
What changed during the past years? How we
Yeah, what are some of the things that you guys did in the first ones but have now changed over the years in terms of preparing yourselves better for them?
Yeah, well, I must admit, we didn't improve that much because with every new campaign, we have a lot of work with our own business. We now sell on our website and on many other places. So we have so much work that we don't put as much effort into the crowdfunding campaigns as we used to when we launched our first two. Um, but I think we kind of learned from the mistakes. So we found out which ads agencies are good to work with and which ones are very bad to work with. Um, so now we only use the ones that are good, and we avoid the bad ones. Um, we learned that it's very good to launch on Japanese crowdfunding platforms, which I wanted to share with the audience that once you're successful with your product on Kickstarter or Indiegogo,
Hmm.
I would highly recommend to launch a campaign on Campfire or do you remember any of other?
There's another one, I believe, Green Funding,
Yeah,
I believe is another Japanese one.
Green
Yeah,
Funding.
there's an amazing audience of, early adopters that just
Yes.
back projects only on their localized platforms. Same with like Korea, with Wadis or, a few of these other regionalized crowdfunding platforms. It's very interesting to see those trends. So it's great that you're giving that advice to other founders as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like Makuaken, that's another
Yep.
one. And really try it. I would highly recommend it. You can do it. You can do it with a partner from Japan. There are many people who offer this kind of service. We now create these campaigns in Japan with our distributors. So yeah, I would do it. We also tried it in France on a platform called Ulule. I think that's the name, and that wasn't that successful. So I don't recommend it. It was a waste of time for us. From some reason, it's probably either very difficult to get the traffic there, or even the platform and the French people, they are not used to um, funding projects this way. So um, yeah, I wouldn't try it again. But on Kickstarter or Indiegogo, we learned that let's say using your newsletter product hype, that
Yep.
always gains new backers. Um, yeah, we use agency Jalop from Israel. I think they're quite good at the Facebook ads, even though I didn't really create a I didn't really I've never done very good A/B testing with all the agencies, so you never know. Um, yeah, um,
Nice. Well, this is going to get us into our launch round where I'm going to rapid fire a handful of questions at you. You good to go?
yeah.
Let's do it. So, what inspired you to be an entrepreneur?
I think the ability to have freedom and to be financially independent and to do what I want to do, whatever it is, to not be restricted by one profession. Um, yeah, to build something that lasts even after you die, and to have a positive impact on people around you, to employ other people, to create products that people love, to improve something. Um, let's say to create a better kind of company, and yeah, remove the old companies that are not as good as the, say, new generation of companies. Yeah.
Absolutely. Out with the old, in with the new, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. If you could give any entrepreneur throughout history a pair of Snowfeet and shred down the mountain with them, who would it be?
I'm sorry, you will have to repeat it.
If what entrepreneur do you wish that you could go skiing down a mountain with?
Ah, okay. Well, that would be one that you definitely don't know, but that I would highly recommend you research, and that's Tomáš Baťa, and he's a Czech entrepreneur.
Okay.
Um, yeah, it's like he died 100 years ago, so he's an old guy, but he was very revolutionary. I would say something like Edison or Ford in US, and he created a big company making shoes and
Okay.
then other products. So yeah, that one.
What would have been your first question for him?
Um, I think it would be mm, what makes his life meaningful, or what advice he would give me in life to live a good life and to create a good work-life balance.
Nice. What next question. What advice would you give to a new inventor or entrepreneur that's looking to launch their invention?
Um, I would tell them find something that you love and make it make a product around it. Find something that you love and make a product around it. It's always great idea to be a customer of your product. You know, to be the first customer. And if you really love it, then you're quite sure that there will be at least a few other crazy people that will love it too.
Hopefully, right?
Yeah.
Here's a easy one for you. What's your favorite mountain to cruise down?
Okay. Well, it's Madonna di Campiglio, and that's a ski resort in Italy, in the South Tyrol. Um, yeah, close to, let's say, Trento. It's the northern part of Italy. I would recommend it to anyone going there. They have very wide slopes, not too steep. Um, yeah, just ideal. Very beautiful scenery. Beautiful place. Beautiful place. And if it was local hill for hiking and hiking trails, that would be Radhošť, which is close to my home.
Nice. All right, last question. And given that you've run multiple crowdfunding campaigns, really interested to hear your take on what does the future of crowdfunding look like?
Um, I think it will be more difficult. It already is more difficult, as with all e-commerce stuff, because the ads are more expensive,
Hmm.
and even the big companies are online now. So it's more competitive. It's more difficult to launch a new campaign, but that makes that makes you think twice if you launch or not and work harder. So I hope it will continue being more professional. Um,
Hmm.
so backers will be more secure, more sure that if they back a campaign, it will probably succeed. And I think big companies will jump on this trend, even though I'm quite surprised they haven't done so in a bigger way yet. Um, but yeah, I think it will go more professional. Um, yeah, we're already behind the big, how do you call it? Uh, Behind the wild west of the crowdfunding campaigns, and now
Yep.
we're we're more we're in a more professional stage. So, but we'll see. I would have to ask you this question. I'm not that smart about it.
No, I agree. I wish there were more larger companies, enterprise companies jumping into it and testing out product ideas before wasting tens of millions of dollars on ideas that nobody really wants or wants to support or really needs. So it's getting there, but it's much slower than I expected in terms of the attrition rate of these enterprises using it and the tools that are available to them, because most of the times they don't have conversations with their customers, right? And I think
Yeah.
that's the beautiful part of using reward crowdfunding, is that you can have a one-on-one dialogue with the creator, offer feedback, suggestions, or just tell them how much they really enjoyed the product.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're wasting their opportunity, but that's an opportunity for us, small companies.
Absolutely. Well, Mr. Suba, this has been amazing. This is your opportunity to give our audience your pitch, tell people what you're all about, where they should go, and why they should check you out.
um, so for those who are interested in our products, you can go to our website, snowfeetstore.com. You can search for it on Google. Just don't click on the ads, because that will make Google even richer, which we don't want. Click on the organic result. And yeah, if you're just interested in um, learning about how to create a campaign, you can send us a message through our website. I I can't promise that I will reply, especially if this video goes viral, which I don't expect. But if it does, don't contact us, please. Um, but if you're interested in launching a new project, um, I would definitely recommend you to do so, and just uh, do your homework. Really do it very well. Put time into it. Um, Create a great video, great product. Product is first. If you don't have a great product, don't even go there. It must be something that you would be able to launch without the crowdfunding campaign. It must be something that you would be able to launch just by word of mouth. So you must have a great product, then create a great video, um, great marketing, and then create a big list of first backers, and yeah, and do your best, and you will see. And never give up, because if your first campaign doesn't succeed, that doesn't mean that the second one won't. And yeah, so you have to keep trying.
Absolutely. Great advice. Audience, thanks again for tuning in. Make sure to visit artofthekickstart.com for the notes, the transcript, links to everything we talked about today. And Mr. Suba has been gracious enough to give us a discount code for some of his products on his website. So make sure to head over to the website to get that code. And of course, I got to thank our crowdfunding podcast sponsor at Product Type, the top newsletter for new products that just launched. Mr. Suba, thank you so much for joining us today on Art of the Kickstart.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you too. It was great talking to you, and yeah, looking forward to do more projects with you.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.